Hey everybody, it's Mike. And before we get started with this week's episode, there's something that we at Escape the Dungeon want to announce and celebrate. We've been lucky enough to have permission from Magpie Games to run our Urban Shadows 2nd Edition campaign before the game is released to the public. Well, just recently, Magpie announced that Urban Shadows is going to be released on March 6th, 2025. And wouldn't it be nice if maybe somebody could get a copy of that? Well, that leads me to my announcement. This week, Escape the Dungeon is celebrating our first anniversary. We are so proud of the work we've done and so grateful for the audience response that we've decided to do a giveaway. We will be giving away a print copy of either Urban Shadows 2nd Edition or Scum and Villainy to one lucky listener who lives within the continental United States. My sincere apologies to all of our listeners from outside that region, but shipping is expensive. Here's how you can enter the giveaway. By sending an email to escapethedungeonpod@gmail.com with the subject giveaway, you enter with one chance to win. You can gain an additional chance to win if in that email you include a screenshot of a 5-star review you left on whichever podcast app you listen to, and an additional chance to win if that email contains a screenshot of you recommending the podcast to a friend in a social media post or text. So that's up to 3 chances of winning. We'll be accepting entries until February 5th, 2025, at which point we'll get in touch with the winner and send their prize. Thank you all for listening. All of the giveaway details are included in the show notes of this episode, and we hope you all enjoy the show. Great, thanks. Talk to you soon.
Escape the dungeon!
Hello, everybody. This is Escape the Dungeon, the podcast where we ask you to join us as we explore the world beyond the world's oldest role-playing game. My name is Mike Cripps, and I will be your master of ceremonies, and I am joined by 4 mystifying players. Zach Brass.
That's me. I'll be playing one of the characters
Dom
today.
Brass.
Yeah, that's me. I'll be playing Bobby the Werewolf.
Nate Brass.
What's up, Internet? That's
And
me. I
Tyler
play Cris.
Knittle.
Hi, I'm Tyler. I'm playing Dale.
What is this madness?
I figured I just wouldn't give you guys any time to do your bits this one.
Fine, I don't even care.
Each season we will be playing a different tabletop role-playing game. This season we are playing Urban Shadows 2nd Edition, a Powered by the Apocalypse game published by Magpie Games. The reason I brushed through you guys so quickly is because I do have something.
Because you have such a stellar intro question.
Yeah, I do have something I really want to get your thoughts and opinions about.
What are the chances that none of us have a response for it?
My question for you guys is, based off of my own lived experience since the last time we recorded, how far are you willing to go for a really good sandwich?
Not very far, because there's plenty of good sandwich places around here.
Just a sandwich?
Just a sandwich. Nate, I'm talking about a really good sandwich.
Let me put it like this. There was this sandwich place that was about like 40 minutes away from me that I went to a bunch of times.
Is that the one that gave you the baby sandwiches?
Yeah, the baby sandwiches.
Gross.
Baby
what?
sandwiches?
They were the size of a baby.
Oh, never mind. That's based.
It's a very misleading title.
You'd have to cradle them because you could they would sag if you held them just in the middle or something. It was so big that you had to cradle it like a baby.
Well, yeah, because it's spine, its vertebrae is developed or whatever, right?
Yeah. But oh man, those were really good.
I would drive an hour. Next question.
Okay, this was my journey recently. I'm gonna take you step by step. If at any point you guys say like you're out, you wouldn't go further than this, let me know. First step: walk about 8 minutes.
Okay, yeah, sure, I can do
Quick
that.
question: have you ever had this sandwich before?
Yes.
Like, do you were aware of how fucking good it is?
Yes.
Okay, so that's important. Okay, go on.
Oh, that's a good
Uh,
qualifier.
Okay, walk about 8 minutes. I'm assuming everybody's still with me at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
We're with you. We're with you.
Easily.
Get on a train. Ride that train for about 20 minutes.
Dom's out. He's lost.
Okay, that's cheating.
He took
but that
the
is-
wrong line. He's 40 minutes in the opposite direction. Now he's not getting a sandwich. He's just getting the closest thing he can find.
Yeah, I mean that's very realistic, actually.
If riding a train is part of my getting a sandwich experience, I'm just going to be happy about that too.
You're pro train.
Fucking guy.
Tyler's got a real thing for trains.
Okay, trains are cool, but yeah, I mean, 20 minutes. Like, yeah, no, there's a good chance I'm lost at this point. So I'll take the L.
Mike, you have no idea how much I loved visiting Chicago because it's just a grid with a train in the middle of it. It makes sense.
Tyler, you're gonna love this next step. But Dom is out. Everybody else still with me.
Yeah, I'm willing to go that far for
Yeah.
a sandwich. Yeah.
Get on another train.
Woo!
Ride that for about 15 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm already halfway there, so I can be convinced.
It better be a really good sandwich. Because like we're at what 35, like 43 minutes or so.
We're at about 43 minutes.
You're at the opposite side of the city. Go on.
Yes, total opposite side of the city. Okay, next step. Walk about 1.5 miles.
Okay. I think I could do that. That's not too bad.
Yeah, mile's not that far. It's a bit of a hike, but like
How hungry am I? And was I lied to in order to get on the first train? Or was I told the entire thing from the beginning? Because if I was told the entire thing in the beginning, I don't know if I'm making this trip.
If you took me, I'd still be going along at this
I'd
point.
walk the mile without the trains, but like you're giving me 45 minutes of train rides, and then you're saying it's still a mile
No.
away?
It was
Come
only
on,
35
man.
minutes of train ride.
Where do these trains go?
throughout the Chicago metropolitan area.
Well, apparently not to the good places that I need to be.
I mean, I gotta know who's still with me on this journey at this point.
I'm with
still with
you
you.
100% at this point.
Especially if I'm physically with you, because doing this alone would kind of be boring.
Well, yeah, if we're stuck, but like, who would be like, okay, wait, no, this is the trip, I'm out.
Dom, you're the only one that would be stuck. The rest of us could make it about Chicago without getting
No, okay,
hopelessly
that's
lost.
not what I meant by stuck, okay? Yes, I got lost, but I went to a super cool sandwich place over here, so like, get fucked, and it took me half the time.
No, it didn't. It took you longer to get back.
Nate, it does sound like you're out.
Yeah, Nate's totally out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not lying to me, like, and telling me this one step at a time, like, you're telling me it's taking an hour plus.
I'm sunk cost fallacy at this point. Keep going.
But I'm saying if I'm sunk cost fallacy, obviously I'm going to the place. But like, if I'm told this from the get go, I'm out. Yeah, I'm out.
Okay,
I'm
Nate is
assuming that I haven't been. So go on.
I like to earn my hunger, so I'm still in.
The good news is, Zach, Tyler, you guys have arrived, and we can now order and enjoy our really good sandwiches. Dom, Nate, I'm sorry. I hope you guys found something else good to eat. But
I'm sorry that Zach and Tyler are liars because I told them why I'm out, and then they're like, "Well, I'm going to ignore that piece of information and pretend
I
I'm
don't know.
still
Did
in."
Tyler say that? Zach is blatantly cheating. Zach's obviously he missed the sandwich. It's
No, they
ridiculous.
both said I
Really?
They're both liars.
I've gone pretty far for food,
You're both
though.
fucking
No, I
liars.
mean,
Well,
I've gone pretty far for food.
You've gone far for fit. I don't believe you're gonna hear that madness and you're gonna be like, no. Let's get something closer, Mike.
Everyone, shut up. What is the sandwich?
So this is I guess it's like a Chicago specialty. The place is called Rico Benes. I actually have not heard it pronounced out loud, so I'm not 100% sure. But it is the chicken Vesuvio sandwich, which is like the most perfect breaded chicken cutlet sandwich. Like, it is absolutely the best like piece of breaded chicken cutlet, lettuce, tomato, mayo, and like a garlic butter and mayo, and it is so damn good. It is insane.
I'm looking at pictures of it, and I think I'd make that trip for that. It looks delicious.
Yes. I mean, just from the description, yeah, I would do it. That sounds. I love.
I've
breaded
gone
chicken
on,
sandwich.
you
Let's
know,
go,
like
dude.
pretty long trips for food before.
Yeah, but it has to be something that I'm particularly interested in having.
Yeah, same.
And like this amazing chicken sandwich, it's like, okay, this actually sounds like I want to know why this chicken sandwich is the chicken sandwich. Because chicken sandwich is always just a win. So why this one? So like that makes me you sold me. Like I'm in.
Well, next time you guys are in town, I'll take 3 of you out to go get this sandwich.
Why only 3?
Nate's made it clear he's not going.
Oh, all right. You want something to go? I mean, it'll be cold. But,
Yeah, I was gonna say it might be cold in
It'll
the
be ice cold. by the
45
time you
minutes
guys
we get it
back.
back to you, but
45 is being kind.
Sorry, we ate half the sandwich for warmth.
Including, wait times for the trains to arrive. It did take a little over an hour to get there. As I was doing it, as I was making the journey, I was like, is this ridiculous that I'm doing this?
Not at all.
That's so great.
yeah, I mean, look, it's not something you do too often, but like it sounds like a delicious sandwich. It looks like a delicious sandwich.
You're allowed to go on a pilgrimage for food. Again, Shady Maple is like a 3-hour drive from here, and all of us have probably gone there at least more than once.
I gotta tell you though, best buffet I've ever had.
It's so good.
Yeah, for those not in Eastern PA who are listening to this, Shady Maple is like the ultimate buffet. It's been forever since I've been there, but I know they've got like carving stations for all these different meats, and there's a pasta bar, and there's
we do like fresh seafood nights and
seafood. I think like all day breakfast. It literally has
there's
everything.
just tons of stuff, and it's like all fresh. It doesn't taste like
it's all
cheap
good.
buffet food. Like
Like they actually make it.
It's out there in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, if you've never seen the real Amish, that's where they're at.
Yeah, that's true.
You will get stuck behind a buggy at some point, and you're just gonna have to
like
deal with
genuinely.
it. But most of them ride bicycles because it's cheaper and it's pretty fast.
You know where else you can find bikes? Las Vegas. Previously on Urban Shadows. Once upon a time, Las Vegas was a city of love for Dale Tillman. But that's all over now. His marriage to fallen apart, and she's found a new man, Vinny. Cris came over to Dale's house to help pack up Hannah's things so he could finally move on with his life. Meanwhile, Bobby, Ezra, and Celeste went to an art gallery. There, Ezra got a job offer from new friend Sly Stallone, and Bobby ran into Hannah and Vinny, who revealed himself to be a vampire, Vincent van Gogh. Vinny gave Bobby a chance to prove himself by giving him tickets to the next night's performance of the Purple Guys affiliation. Perhaps the same performance that Special Agent Ryan Arizona seemed to have foreknowledge of. Back at Dale's house, Cris got a warning about the sanctum. Someone uninvited is trying to force their way in. Nate, you have asked for the floor to start this week. I think you wanted to rewind a little bit back to at Dale's house with him and Cris.
Yeah, just some friendly banter to get things going, get us in the right headspace before you try to, blow up my house just like you did that.
I'm gonna blow up all your houses before this season is done.
Can we not?
Tyler's just like so defeated.
I just
Please,
got it to myself, guys.
Don't kill my house.
I can finally make my man cave, and you're gonna take it away from me.
Yeah, Dale already blew up his own marriage.
Nate, what do you think what do you think Cris and Dale are getting up to? Obviously, packing some things up, getting the house in order. You set the scene for me here.
Yeah, I think, they're just packing up some of Hannah's stuff, getting it out of the way. And you just, kind of zoom into them with a few drinks in hand. I think it's safe to say.
What is Chris's drink of choice? We know Dale's a lager guy.
I think tonight's a whiskey night for the both of them.
Tonight's a whiskey night, yeah.
Well, since we're active, he's got himself a 30-pack of Bud Light. No, Coors.
I mean, are we active, or are we like assuming that nothing's gonna go wrong tonight? Because I've come over to help you get drunk and talk about how your marriage ended.
I'll have a whiskey now and again.
Like, I feel like neither of them are huge drinkers, but it feels like a whiskey.
No. The whiskey's for break time, but the beers are for when I'm doing stuff, like packing up stuff or moving furniture or whatever.
That makes sense. And I don't know, Dale. I don't know if I trust Bobby at the moment. I mean, you saw what he did. He didn't have to kill those dealers, and so anyway, I figured I'd move Ezra in since we destroyed his apartment. So those two are into Bobby's room.
That's the funniest thing I heard all night.
If Bobby can keep his cool with Ezra in the room, then that's a win. And if not, I see whether or not it's worth it to bring Ezra into the house, because if he can't control Bobby, then it's not as worth it. But I mean, I feel bad either way, so Ezra kind of has to stay. So I really don't want to give up my office, but I might have to if they can't work it out. But hopefully they just work it out. So that's where I'm at.
You're asking a lot, thinking that Ezra's gonna have any sort of control over Bobby.
Well, he's a powerful demon man. If Bobby transforms, then now I got two queen pieces fighting each other in my house.
There can only be one.
Yeah. Well, shit.
I'm debating whether or not I show her that business card.
Does it feel right? Or does it feel wrong?
I don't know, because Bobby killed people, like, and doesn't really seem too remorseful about it, and I'm a little concerned about that.
Yeah, and the agent did ask, who killed Fady.
Did you tell me about the agent?
Look, I gotta tell you something. Someone came looking around earlier. They were from the government.
And you spoke to him?
I mean, I told him to fuck off. Then he said something about, what was the name again? The Purple
Guys affiliation.
The Purple Guys affiliation. The Purple Guys affiliation show coming up. And I couldn't just ignore that. Sounded like he already knew some
big Purple Guys fan.
Not really. I mean, I guess they're fun.
Okay.
I like their little skits that they do.
Okay, it's just, it seems weird that he would mention the Purple Guys and that would be like, all right, I'll talk to you, government officer.
No.
It just doesn't seem like you.
No, he was talking about some shit that's probably going to go down. I don't know what.
Oh, like from the future.
Yes.
Foresight.
Yes.
That's cool. All right, now I see. Now I'm with you. I'm with you.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So you think something's gonna go on with the Purple Man?
It sounded like it, but that's not all. They were asking about, Fady and who killed him.
So they want to find Bobby.
Yeah, in no uncertain terms. Yeah.
They think you're working with them. They think they know you're working with a werewolf.
I mean, I played dumb, but, who knows what they know?
And what's this guy's name?
Arizona.
Can I put a name to a face to a name?
Sure. Go ahead and roll with power.
That's 7.
A 7 is a hit. You know their reputation, and I will tell you what most people know about them. Yeah, you have heard of Special Agent Ryan Arizona, a good officer, a good agent, as far as you know, takes his job seriously, but not like so seriously that he's abusing power or anything. He does things, quote unquote, the right way. You would know that he is an agent of the Federal Bureau of the Occult, a secret organization within the United States government that you, as a member of a circle of power, would know uses divinatory practices to investigate certain crimes before they happen.
Oh man, you're dealing with the Minority Report.
Yeah, and I guess I'm Tom Cruise.
I wonder why they're after us.
I think about now is when Cris gets that warning that we ended last week on. But there is one minor thing I need to retcon. I had said that, Cris, your wards had gone off in your sanctum.
No, but I can have a Ring doorbell, can't I?
You certainly can. You certainly can. But my point being that your sanctum doesn't have wards, and so I think at this moment you see that like a Ring cam notification has popped up on your phone, and like immediately after that, as you're reaching for the phone, you get a phone call coming in. A phone call from your across the street neighbor, Mr. Dexter Chang.
Mr. Chang, what's up?
Hey, Cris, darling, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. Everything okay back at home?
Oh yeah, things are doing lovely. Just enjoying a quiet night in. Hey, the sweetheart, you gotta tell me. Are you or Celeste home at the moment?
No, is everything all right?
Um. Well, Chris, sweetie, I gotta tell you. There's some characters standing outside your front door. Some big burly types.
Big burly types standing outside my front door, you say? And I'm just gonna start like grabbing my keys and my jacket. And
doesn't seem like your typical party guests. I know neither of you have company over too often anyway, and I don't know, I'm just getting a bad feeling about this, sweetie.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Chang. I'll be right over there. Don't you worry about that. Just stay inside and keep your blinds closed, all right?
Oh, you know me. I wouldn't do anything too crazy. Hey, listen, honey, what do you do? And like, just continues to talk your ear off.
I put my phone in my pocket and look at Dale. There's some strangers outside my house.
Of course. Let me grab my kit.
And then I'm just gonna fire off a text to the other 3 strangers at the house. Be careful, but head back.
Back over at the art gallery, Ezra, you are inside. You finished up your conversation with Sylvester Stallone. You've agreed to maybe be a little muscle or security for him on the set of the Tulsa King spinoff that they're shooting in Las Vegas. Oh God, this is so dumb.
Yeah, it's your fault. You did this.
It's like a South Park episode.
I think Celeste has rejoined you while Bobby is outside, Ezra, and the two of you you're walking around the gallery looking at these these terrible pieces of art. Celeste, she's, I think, a little uncomfortable around you, Ezra, without, Bobby or Cris with her. But, she's sticking with you and being pretty quiet, but then she sort of speaks up out of nowhere. And she says, hey, Ezra, can I ask you a question?
Huh? I'm sorry. Did you say something?
Yeah, I'm sorry. This might be stupid or whatever, but there's something I want to ask you, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah, no, sure.
What does it feel like not having a soul?
Oh. Huh. I mean, it's kind of like having a soul, but less.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
Well, all of the, things I used to really like, all of my emotions and dreams, all of it got turned down to like a 1.
Oh. What about when you change into that other version of yourself? What is that like?
That's when I feel most alive.
And she looks nervously down at the floor and rolls up her sleeve and stares at this red, scaly handprint that has been left in her wrist. And your phone buzzes, and Celeste's phone buzzes, and Bobby outside talking to Vincent van Gogh. Your phone buzzes as well. And you see this alert from Cris.
Ah, shit. I guess Cris is in trouble. We should probably meet up with Bobby.
Yeah, I guess I run inside and find those two and point to my phone. Or maybe I didn't get it, actually. I have a flip phone. Did I get the buzz?
Do flip phones receive group chats?
Yeah, they totally do.
Oh God! What even color bubble is Bobby on a flip phone?
No, I think it's just like a barely yellow. Like it's when you look at it from an angle, it's like, oh, that is yellow.
Bobby doesn't even get emojis. It's just like those square like image not loaded.
Oh yeah,
icons.
Yeah, it's not a good time.
Celeste tried to send Bobby a GIF once, and it fully bricked his phone.
All right, good times. Anyway, yeah, we will. I'll wolf out and head home, and you guys go on a motorcycle.
Yeah, we ride on off. We leave this shitty art display and just peel off into the sunset.
Yeah, you guys split up and head back to Chris's house. So Dale, I think, lives closer to Chris's house than the art gallery would be. So I'm going to say Dale and Cris, you guys get home first. I assume the rest of you send like an on our way text. So Cris, you know that reinforcements are coming, but when you get back, you see that the front door to your house has been opened and is currently like sitting ajar.
I pull out my gun and head into the house.
I'm also going to pull out my gun and head into the house with my kit, which is a backpack.
Yeah. You two, armed, begin to approach Chris's front door, partially opened, like I said. And as you quietly push it open and step inside, you see coming from further in the house, like beyond a hallway, the like telltale sign of moving flashlights. Just these beams of light that are whoosh, whoosh, whooshing back and forth. It seems like there's multiple of them. You see that things have been knocked over in the sort of foyer area. There's clearly been disturbance. And you hear whispering coming from down that hallway that Cris, is the direction to the entrance of the sanctum.
You got any magic traps in your house?
No, they haven't arrived from shipping yet.
That's the USPS for you.
Howdy there. Can I ask why you're breaking and entering in my house?
You shout out. There is a moment of absolute stillness and quiet, and then you hear like several guns being armed. You hear a voice calling out from the hallway. Well, hello there, little lady. You weren't supposed to be home tonight. We were keeping an eye on things and I saw that we had an empty house. Shouldn't have come back.
Well, you're not supposed to be here ever, so sounds like we're at an impasse here on who's supposed to be where. I'll let you leave, or you can stay, we can fight, and most of your friends will die.
You hear some commotion, clearly some whispering between people that are in that hallway. And you just hear the voice that called out to you says, go on, get. And you hear some sobbing and then some footsteps, and stepping slowly out into the opening, you see a woman. She is pale-skinned, red hair. Her hands are behind her back, and as she steps out, you can see that they are like zip-tied behind her. She looks scared and like she absolutely does not want to be here.
I mean, probably not. Her hands are zip tied behind her back.
Yeah.
Is this the same lady from the casino?
It is the same lady from the casino.
What was her name again?
And she looks out at the two of you and she says, please just go. They'll kill me if you don't go, please. I can't even do my Irish accent. I'm so freaked out.
Do I know Matilda?
That's her name.
Damn it. Yeah, it is Matilda, though.
Did you roll a name to a face? You didn't, did you?
I have not.
Yeah, you can go ahead and give me a roll with power.
Blammy, 11.
11. Oof. Not only do you know her, but she owes you a debt somehow.
Oh, wow.
This is Matilda O'Shaughnessy, a oracle, a seer, who
and apparently pretend Irishman.
Genuinely Irish. I'm just struggling with that accent at the moment. It was so good before. Yeah, Oracle Seer was denied entry to your faction, the powers that be, and since then has been down on her luck, spending all her time at the casinos. Please, Cris, please just go.
Well, this is my house, so not really gonna happen. I see you've brought friends.
It's the sons. They just need to get into your sanctum, Cris.
You're coming into my friend's house, I say to the other guys.
Just let them in. Just let them do what they need to do.
I'm going to try to persuade an NPC, the guys who I'm assuming are Sons of Earthly Filth folk. Try to persuade them to peacefully go away.
And while he's doing that, I want to channel some magic.
Good to have a backup. Yeah, I'm going to say to these guys, now listen, you can leave here and we'll forget this ever happened. Otherwise, what's going to happen to you is what's going to happen to us if we tried to do the same shit. This is your only chance.
Give me a roll with heart, Dale. And Cris, give me your channel roll. That's spirit.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take a 9.
I got a 5.
A 5. Does that give you 1 point of magic?
Yeah, but my crystal shatters. I can't draw on any more magic power this scene. Other than the one I have.
Yeah, so you, in this tense moment, are able to channel a little bit of magic, but your crystals sort of burn out, and you're not able to draw on anything but the faintest bit of arcane power. Dale, you got a 9?
Yes.
Okay. So you hear muttering again from the hall, and they're like, and they say, Okay, we can get out of here and nobody needs to be hurt. We just want to know, what were the fairies looking for? We know you let them in, Cris. We know you let them in the sanctum. Just tell us what they were doing, and we'll get out of your hair. No need for bloodshed.
I didn't ask. But they did, unlike you. So I'm going to have to ask you to leave now.
I mean, here's the thing about persuade an NPC. They counter your offer or demand a debt, a favor, resources before agreeing to follow through. So if you can't or won't give them what they ask for, they're not going to do what's requested. They have no reason to not believe that you don't know what the fairies are looking for. But if you can't give them that, then they're not going to go peacefully.
At every moment, I know where Celeste is. Do I know how far out she is right now?
Let's say like a mile. Pretty close, but not here just yet.
Oh my god, did they insert another stoplight in the street?
You could lie to them, give them a red herring.
And how many of them are there that I can see right now?
You can't see any. They are calling out from a hallway that you do not have line of sight on. The only person you can see is Matilda.
All right, I'm going to come down there and we're going to talk face to face, all right?
Come on down.
No guns.
We'll hold our fire.
Nah, I'd like it if you put them on the ground. No guns us, no guns you.
Let's hear what Cris has to say, and then we'll talk about mutual disarmament.
All right, I'm coming down.
You step into the hallway, and you see at the bottom of the staircase that has the door that leads to the sanctum, standing in front of the door, 4 dudes, each with guns.
A school bus at this time? What are they, on a field trip?
You sense Celeste circling the block looking for a parking space.
If there's 4 dudes, then I'm going to try and let it out. Perform a feat of telekinetic strength or precision to disarm them.
Okay, dude. Cris, I need you to roll with spirit to let it out.
That's 2 6s for a 14.
Oh my god.
Damn. Oh,
yeah.
I am so happy that you did
that
not
was
die.
the time to get
You do it. You activate the ability successfully, which is the classic Cris move of telekinetically yanking guns out of hands. The effect is costly, limited, or unstable, and you have to mark corruption, but you can ignore one of those consequences, your choice. I think the cost here is there's a split second of time before, like as you are beginning the spell and before you finish it, that one of them will get a shot off on you and you'll take a bullet.
I'm going to ignore the bullet. I'm going to throw up like a telekinetic block and just magneto catch that shit and just fully succumb to the like powers and like just drawing energy like from my sanctum, which is less safe than my special crystals. And you just see my eyes glow with like pure arcane energy as I become slightly more corrupt.
So it sounds like you become slightly more corrupt as you draw upon psychomagnetic powers.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah,
did we make that joke last time? We probably did.
Yes.
I think we did.
You know, dorkier, cultier people would probably call it that.
Fuck you, dude.
And the guns fly past you, skidding onto the hallway floor past Matilda. She sort of shrieks and God, she has literally no luck right now. I think one hits her like in the side and knocks her to the ground. But otherwise she's not particularly hurt by this.
Dale's gonna reach into his kit, pull out a pocket knife to cut her loose, and also grab one of the guns that skidded on the floor. So now he's dual wielding, baby.
Yeah. You cut Matilda loose, you grab a gun, you look back towards the door, and you see Bobby, Celeste, and Ezra running into the house.
Oh, God, you wouldn't believe the traffic.
Took you long enough.
Shut up and help us get a handle on this.
All right, I pull out a crowbar, that's like attached to my bike in case, like I need to crowbar things. It seems more reasonable than having a sword strapped to my bike. I mean, let's just, have it straight. Yeah, it could be a big wrench. I don't care. I
don't know if I want to let you just have a crowbar.
I mean, whatever large tool, like any metal rod that I would use as a tool for my bike.
Is that one of your weapons, though?
Yeah. Does your playbook give you a crowbar?
My playbook gives me a sword. I could have that if you'd prefer.
I mean, I just assumed you wore it all the time.
I mean, it might be the only way, because the thing is, the crowbar might do stun damage, which you might want it to do stun damage. That's the thing. I understand where Mike's coming from here. I'm like, I don't think you have the statistically correct weapon for this.
This is Chris's house, right? Well, I live here now. So I definitely have a sword in every room. Hidden.
You have one sword, to be clear. That's all your playbook gives you, my dude.
Thematically, it can be swords in different rooms, but like mechanically, you have one sword.
Yeah, as long as I am only wielding one at a time, it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, there's a bunch of guns just on the floor.
He is trained in the way of the blade. Okay, he's not gonna dull his hands with guns like a nerd.
What kind of weapon does Bobby have?
Bobby uses his claws, really. I do have, I don't know, is it a machete or something? I think I just have a baseball bat, probably.
That makes sense for Bobby. Anyway, I pull a sword out of somewhere that makes Cris raise her eyebrows as to why that was there.
So you are armed, you are in the house. Cris has just disarmed these four sons of earthly filth who look up from the bottom of the stairs in disbelief, particularly the one that tried to fire but did not connect. You guys tell me what happens next. What do you do?
Well, I gave you a chance to leave my house, and instead you shot at me. Now my muscle's here. What do you guys think?
How many of them are there? 4?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You guys are... And we outnumber you? Oh, this is going to be easy.
I've been kind of curious about your magical prison.
Did you say any of the... Do we recognize any of these earthly filth boys?
These are 4 goons. There's nobody to recognize.
But, the Sons of Earthly Filth only have 14 members, right?
Yeah, and there's Moose Calhoun, there was Leon, and then there's a bunch of goons.
So I locate you. Magic prison?
Yeah. So we could just nab up 4 out of 14 of their goons. That's a huge get.
I mean, we could try to interrogate them, but I feel like it's just important to know that these are not fully fleshed out characters.
Well, yeah, we can do that while they're in the magic prison.
Yeah, we could do that while they're in the magic prison.
All right, you guys heard them. Downstairs, we're going to the magic prison. I say, waving my sword in the general direction.
Wait, let's put blindfolds on them before they head downstairs.
Fair enough. I reach into my kit and procure blindfolds.
As you blindfold these guys and get them ready to take them into the prison, Cris, you are able to see that they did some pretty good work on the door into the sanctum, which, while it does not have wards technically, I think is still fair to say hard for people that you do not let into it get into it.
They scratched the wood. Yeah, knock them out.
If it had taken you guys much longer to get here, they probably would have been able to force their way in. Tell me more about this magical prison that you throw them in.
I think it's just like a metal bar box that has
just standard
runes.
Prison cell.
Yeah, just runes like all over every inch of it. And so anyone with like magical ability kind of sees like a like almost see-through box of like magical energy like surrounding the metal. But to a normal person it just looks like an
old-timey dungeon cell.
Yeah.
Right out of a Western like sheriff's prison cell. Very
this
good.
This is an old piece of magic.
Let me just address one thing that Tyler brought up, because I think this is important. Tyler mentioned that the Sons of Earthly Filth are only like 14 guys, and you've now captured 4 of them. That is a mechanically significant thing, because there are rules on how factions can be eliminated. One of the easiest ways to end a faction is to reduce their size or strength to 0. The Sons of Earthly Filth are only a size 1 faction. You just took out like a third of them. So there's not that many more to get rid of, and the entire problem of the Sons of Earthly Filth is pretty much dealt with.
That does sound like the easiest way to deal with it, right?
I want to rifle through all these guys' stuff.
Sure, yeah, they've got, their wallets on them. You find their IDs. You're able to know where these guys live and all that good stuff. Some real basic handguns. There's like one shotgun amongst them.
Dibs.
Nothing like super crazy. Some typical B&E tools that they use to get into your house, but were not particularly effective at getting into the sanctum. Yeah, that's what you find. What do you do with Matilda?
Sit her down, give her a blanket, because she's, probably very, very distressed. And put on some hot beverage, whether that be a coffee or tea, probably tea.
Leaving her upstairs or bringing her down into the sanctum?
Something tells me not to let...
She's a gambling addict. We can leave her upstairs.
I don't think she's going into the sanctum. I think Bobby could keep an eye on her if he wants to, because they've had a previous
or Celeste, whatever.
We have a history.
Pleasant history so far. They got along.
Cris also apparently has a history, though, because of how well you rolled on that. Cris, why do you think you have a debt on Matilda O'Shaughnessy?
Maybe you tried to put in a good word for her with the academy or whatever.
It just doesn't feel like that really counts because it didn't work.
I think it could be as simple as you provided you stuck your neck out and provided the initial meeting between her and Nigel or whatever, and that in itself was a favor that you did. It ultimately didn't work out, but you did something you didn't need to do for her.
She wasn't even getting the meeting without you.
Right, exactly.
Sure.
Okay, so guys are in the prison cell. Matilda is upstairs. You guys are all together what do you do?
So, should we talk to her first? Let him stew in the prison cell for a little bit?
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, no, actually, I want to check on Matilda for sure, man. I still owe her one too. Matilda, what? So, yeah, you got in a bad way with the Suns. It looks like.
Well, ain't that just the thing? I'm always in the wrong place, wrong time these days, aren't I?
Yeah. We're gonna get you your luck back, Matilda.
Why did they take a hostage to here if they thought you weren't gonna be here? Like, that doesn't really. It just seems like another thing that could go wrong, right?
Because they thought you could use what they were after?
I suppose, I told Bobby I did some work for the Suns a while back. Showed Moose Calhoun a vision, but it was, just supposed to be a one-time transaction. But I suppose they knew that I had some magic capabilities, and if they were keen on breaking into a magical sanctum, I guess they wanted somebody who would know what they were doing once they got in.
So wait, is this the first time they come back in contact with you since like you haven't seen them since you gave the reading? This is the first time they came back at you?
First time. I haven't seen them. I haven't done business with them since then.
So what, they just jumped you, took you in a bag, or took you into a van and brought you over here? Like,
yeah, basically exactly that.
Shit. They didn't say anything. Were they talking about like anything in particular, or they just want to know what's up with
just that they knew that the fairies of spring had come to you, Cris, for some information, and they want to know what the fairies are doing. They know the fairies are trying to retaliate for what the Suns did to the prince. And they said they wanted me to do some sort of vision or divination, and so they could find out what the fairies came here for. But I tried telling them I couldn't do what they were asking, but they didn't care. They didn't listen. They just grabbed me.
This is what happens when you get too many normies in the magic world. No offense, Dale.
Don't lump me in with those people.
No, you've like adjusted properly, but when they bunch together.
Oh, jeez, man.
Ugh.
Yeah, it really turns into an echo chamber.
Wait, Dale, don't agree with her.
So you don't have any specifics of what they were looking for?
No, they didn't know what they were looking for, beyond just trying to understand what the fairies are up to, so they could put a stop to them, I guess, before the fairies could move against them.
Where are the Suns hiding out right now?
I don't bloody know. They grabbed me. They grabbed me outside of my own home.
Clearly, we decided to speak to the wrong person. You don't have useful information. I apologize, Matilda.
No, I could help you. Back when I had my luck, back when I had the totem. But that's all been taken from me. And Cris, you're the one who lost it.
That's not true.
I was doing just fine.
I just touched it.
But you...
It's kinda true.
You buggered things up.
You didn't know where it was. I walked up. I found it. You're full of crap, Matilda.
I knew exactly where it was. It had been there at that spot for so long. It was the only thing that was keeping me going after the fortune drinkers got me. They took my luck, but I still had divination. But now I don't have that either. I am lost. I am desperate. I am barely hanging on. Please, if you can help me, then I can help you. And she looks at Bobby. Bobby, we had a deal. We had a deal. You would help me.
Matilda, I just got caught up. You know, I fully intend. We're going to get your luck back. You know, it's like just. I guess I'll figure something out. I just got distracted with some other crap, but like I'm gonna jump right on this.
Look, either the luck or the totem, either way. If you can help me with that, I can help you. You need a vision. You need an oracle. I can be that for you, but I can't do that right now.
Okay. So if we find your totem, then you will tell us future things.
Yeah, you want to know what those fairies were after? I can tell you. But I can't get the vision until I have the totem.
Guys, team meeting? I think we should get the totem, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just, here's the thing, is Matilda says she's not an addict. And then it's just like every time I talk to her, it's just like, oh man, and all I need is the totem, and it's just I those freaking luck suckers, and that's all she ever talks about. And it's like, I don't know, you're sounding kind of like an addict.
Okay, the luck suckers are like they're fucked up. But like
every conversation, have you had a conversation with Matilda that didn't devolve into, oh man, luck suckers, and I just need this totem. I'll give you anything I'll give you anything you want if you can just get me this thing. It's like, all right, it sounded kind of like an addiction.
No, okay, yeah, I hear you, but like straight up, because like if we just get her this totem though, right? And then she can see into the future and just help us. And like, I hear you. I want to get like her luck back proper, but like, does it probably make sense to maybe attack this from the totem first, or?
I just what you get the totem? Anyone can read the future. That's how the totem works.
Should we go talk to the goons? You want me to go get my big sword?
Yeah. Maybe get your big sword.
All right. Yeah, so obviously we now cut down to us bursting into the basement scarily with my big sword.
When you guys descend back down into the sanctum, you've got these 4 sons of earthly filth that are trapped in the magical prison cell. Seem scared, seem freaked out, maybe trying to put on a brave face, but I mean, they know they're got. They're done for. At your mercy. These are not 4 bespoke, like, meaningful NPCs. They are kind of, mechanically speaking, 1 unit of goons. So I want to save you guys a little bit of effort here. It's kind of 1 set of information or whatever that you're going to get out of these guys.
Sounds like we're trying to figure someone out.
Yeah, I guess figure someone out is the best thing for what we're trying to accomplish here. Sort of an extended interrogation between these 4 guys as you split them up and try to turn them against each other. Yeah, let's do that. So whoever is leading this can roll with mind.
I'll do it. If they're in my circle, I get an additional question even on a miss.
Nice.
Yeah, and they are. You know that the Sons are a Mortalis faction, so Dale takes point. Go ahead and roll with mind.
All right, look at that.
Yeah. That's a 13, baby.
That's a 13, baby.
Good rolls today.
We got the rolls today.
How do you get a 13 on 2d6 minus 1?
Oh,
yeah, I did.
11.
Oh, whoops. All right, 11. My bad. I forgot the minus. My bad. But yeah, it's an 11. That's still pretty much a complete success.
That is as good as Dale can do, figuring someone out. And because they are Mortalis, you get to ask 3 questions from that list.
All right. So we know who's pulling their strings, and we know their beef with the Fae. What's your character hoping to get from? Well, we kind of know that too, but more or less, what are they hoping to get from knowing that information?
Yeah, so they want to know what the fairy court is up to purely out of like self-preservation. They've heard rumors that the fairies are preparing a retaliatory attack because of what Moose did to the prince. They want to be able to prepare for that, possibly stop it before it happens, but just protect themselves as much as possible from whatever might be coming.
Yeah. See, the thing about this is we kind of already know a bunch of the answers to these questions.
How can I get your character to reveal the hideout?
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. I mean, we also kind of know where they hide out, too.
Have they not moved it since you found it?
Yeah, they probably are a little guerrilla warfare.
All right, well, all right, worth asking then. Why not? Can I just ask the same question 3 times?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
All right. How can I get your character to tell me where the new sanctum is, if there is one, or their new sanctuary? I guess would be what it is.
Yeah, new sanctuary.
Where's the new headquarters, and where's Moose Calhoun?
How could I get your character
to tell me that information?
To tell where the headquarters and Moose are.
You can switch one of those out.
The first one I want to switch out. So how can I put your characters in my debt? So I got a bunch of goons in my pocket.
Goons aren't mechanically different from regular NPCs. They can hold status, owe debts, etc. But the instant they start interacting with more meaningful mechanics than just inflicting and suffering harm, you should stop thinking of them as goons. If a goon starts earning debts, earning status 1, building significant relationships with the PCs, or exhibiting a drive beyond just serving their master, then treat them more like an important NPC. So if you were trying to like flip these guys, which it kind of sounds like you are, I'll say there's one of these 4 sort of like looks back and forth, and he's the one that sort of like steps forward up to you. He's got a receding hairline, handlebar mustache, biker vest, big burly beer belly, and he steps up to you and he's like, okay, all right, we can see the writing on the wall. We understand how it is.
I gesture over to Cris and say, get some of his hair or blood or whatever you need to track him.
Oh, I already pulled that from him when they were unconscious.
All right. So we got what we need. What's your name?
My name is Dimitri. Weren't expecting that, were you?
Well, Dimitri, I'm going to cash in my debt with you.
Look, you want to know where Moose is? Fine, I'll tell you where Moose is. But you gotta let me and my boys out of here. Free to go, you don't follow us. But you want anything more than that? You want us to do more for you? Well, then when you gun for Moose, you gotta let the 4 of us go. You gotta make sure that, we escape unscathed.
You play ball, no harm will come to you.
Dimitri looks back to the other 3. They nod in agreement. You got yourselves a deal.
All right. Where's Moose?
Freedom first.
I nod over to Cris to deactivate the magic prison.
So Dimitri side-eyes you, Dale, takes a deep breath and just says, deal's a deal. You want to find Moose? He ain't at the Golden Goose anymore. He and the rest of the congregation. Moose called in a favor to an old friend of his. He's He's hiding out somewhere new now. You know that big mega church? Probably seats about 30,000.
I hate those things.
He's gone from the golden goose to the good news. He knows the pastor of that church from back in the day. Pastor's been letting him hide out in the basement. Made a special spot for him and the rest of the boys. If you're looking for him, that's where you'll find him. He ain't leaving these days. He's sending out the rest of the boys to do jobs for him.
All 6 of them.
Hey, just 'cause the sons are small in number, you'd be wise not to underestimate them. They got a whole damn armory down in that church basement.
But why didn't they send you with any of it?
What they got in the good news, it'll make those look like pea shooters.
I mean, a real warrior carries around something like this. Say, wiggling my over the top, dramatic, unusable sword. I mean, I could use it because I'm a demon, but
Dimitri does the jerk off motion to the other 3 guys, and they all snicker.
Whoa. Ezra, careful with that. You're scratching the wallpaper.
All right. So he's holed up there pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, either we gotta flush him out or go to him. But, I guess we'll take some time to figure that out.
I think we should just, I don't know, take care of them. They're really annoying, huh? I mean, that whole cult, just, drive him out of town? Or, whatever. I mean, we could stick Bobby on him.
We got lucky today, and there's twice as many as there were here as there are in there. Plus, they got a big arsenal, according to these guys. So, we might have to tread a little more carefully.
Did you get lucky? I mean, I wasn't there when you did it. I just showed up and you guys had fucked up 4 dudes. I mean, pretty slick. So with 4 of us, we should be able to do 8, I figure. The math's right. I could probably take 3, honestly, so 9.
Nah, yeah, I mean, I think your math is good. But, do we want, we don't want a bloodbath here. So, maybe we just, there's some way we can just get Moose, make him not part of the equation, and the whole thing falls apart, I figure.
Well, look. We want to take these guys down, and the Fae want to take these guys down. I don't see no reason why we don't get them involved.
And maybe the Fae will get involved on the next episode of Escape the Dungeon. Thank you for listening to Escape the Dungeon. Escape the Dungeon is created by Dom Brass, Nate Brass, Zach Brass, and Mike Cripps, with editing and original music by Tyler Knittle. If you enjoyed this show, please consider subscribing and leaving a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. To find us on social media, go to escapethedungeonpod.com.